In the name of Allah, the Compassionate and the Merciful. Hello guys. In this video, we're going to talk about the large deformation and displacement control and finding the critical load of structures. So, the title of this example is about critical buckling load geometrical nonlinearity analysis of spring with displacement control like deformation formulated. So you see in this structure we have one rigid element with the rotational spring and two axial spring. And in this example we are going to increment the displacement of in here, and each step finding the critical load of this structure. So we have imperfection in each step, and in each step we're trying to solve the equations and equilibrium of these structures for finding the critical load of this structure. So if we model it in C programming and run it like this, you see in here, we need some input data as a rotational stiffness, length of rigid element, spring length of 1 and 2 elements. You see in here area of these two actual spring, modulo of elasticity of these two spring, and external applied load as a P1 and P2 you see in here, and initial displacement for a first step of incrementing of this displacement in here, and you see distance of spring 1 from here, and ultimate displacement. So the displacement is started from 1 to 2000, and number of increment is defined in here. All data is going to be imported from CSV file. So if we run the analysis and you see the analysis report in here, we are going to find an in each increment base shear and displacement of here is going to be calculated, and actually critical pressure load is going to be calculated too. So let's see the coded, which I wrote it in here and showing the functions. You see input data, output data for outputting our data for Excel and HTML graph you see in here, and the main function also for managing all functions, and the very important function for our calculation is all data come here, and in here we're trying to solve the our example. You see all comes in here, and in here we are going to have an increment displacement, and in each displacement increments we are going to solve the equations and finding the base shear and displacement of this structure, and critical buckling load also. And if the ultimate displacement reached the ultimate displacement, so it shows us the it reached to the ultimate displacement, then the analysis is stopped. And if the analysis stops, well, then we're going to have an outputting our data as Excel and graph mode. So let's see the graph you see in here. we're going to increment u as a incremental displacement and finding the critical load. You see, this started from here and then falling down and then increment and then falling down. It's very basic and very simple of programming of nonlinearity of this kind of structures, but it has many functions and complex for calculating the nonlinear situations and trying to solve it. So I wrote it with my own programming issues, you see, with these examples. Thanks guys. I'd be glad to know your opinion about my modeling. Bye.